Sometimes the hardest thing in life is realizing that nothing outside of you is holding you back. Not luck, not teaming, not talent. The hardest thing is accepting that the gap between where you are and where you want to be was created by hesitation, by waiting, by delay. The Stoics understood this clearly. They believed that most suffering comes not from reality itself, but from our refusal to act in alignment with our higher capacity. Epictetus taught that we cannot control external events, but we can control how we respond. This is not a motivational slogan. It is a law of human psychology. The moment you stop waiting for circumstances to change and decide to step up internally, your life begins to shift. Not magically, not instantly, but structurally. From the inside out. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire under constant pressure, war, betrayal, sickness, death. Yet his writings were not about dominance or conquest. They were reminders. Reminders to wake up and do the work of being a good human being. To act with discipline. To act with clarity. To act with virtue. Even when tired. Even when discouraged. Even when afraid. The decision to act as if you are the best is not arrogance. It is responsibility. It means you refuse to live beneath your potential. It means you stop asking if you feel ready and start asking what must be done. Most people wait for confidence before acting. The Stoics acted first and allowed confidence to follow. When you decide to step up, your standards change. You stop tolerating chaos. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop lowering expectations to feel comfortable. You begin to live deliberately. And deliberate living is rare. Most people drift. The Stoic chooses direction. This is where transformation begins. Not with motivation. Not with inspiration. With decision. Acting as if you are the best does not mean pretending to be perfect. The Stoics were deeply aware of human imperfection. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of his own flaws. But instead of using flaws as excuses, he used them as training grounds. Self-mastery begins with honesty. You cannot improve what you refuse to see. The Stoics believed that character is built through rehearsed action, not through ideas alone. If you want to become disciplined, you practice discipline. If you want to become calm, you practice restraint. If you want to become resilient, you face difficulty without collapsing. This is why acting as if works, because behavior shapes belief, and belief shapes identity. Seneca wrote that we become what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, it is a habit. At first, acting with confidence may feel unnatural. Acting with discipline may feel forced. Acting with purpose may feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is not a signal to stop. It is a signal that growth is happening. The Stoics did not fear discomfort. They trained for it. They understood that comfort weakens the mind, while resistance strengthens it. Voluntary hardship was a tool, not punishment. Training. When you practice discipline in small things, you prepare yourself for larger challenges. Acting as if you are the best means raising your internal standards. How would the best version of you speak under pressure? How would they handle criticism? How would they respond to failure? Then you do that. Not perfectly, but consistently. Over time, the act becomes the identity. The identity becomes the character. And the character becomes your destiny. One of the greatest obstacles to stepping up is fear of failure. The Stoics viewed failure differently. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles are not interruptions to progress, they are progress. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. When you act as if you are the best, you stop fearing mistakes. You start using them. Each failure becomes information. Each setback becomes training. This mindset creates resilience, not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger. The Stoics also warned against seeking validation. Approval from others is outside your control. Depending on it makes you fragile. Acting as if you are the best means grounding your worth internally. You measure yourself by effort, integrity, and discipline, not applause. This creates emotional independence. You are no longer shaken by criticism or praise. You remain steady, focused, calm. This is inner freedom, and inner freedom is power. The Stoics believed we are connected to others, but not controlled by them. When you raise your standards, you elevate those around you, not by force, by example. Discipline is contagious. Calm is contagious. Integrity is contagious. You do not need to announce your transformation. Your actions will speak. Acting as if you are the best is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning that he would face difference. And every day, he recommended to virtue. This is how discipline is sustained. Through response, through reflection, through consistency. You will not always feel strong. You will not always feel motivated. The Stoics never related on feelings. They related on principles. Principles do not change with mood. Principles guide action when emotion fails. Each day, ask yourself one question. How would the best version of me act today? Then do that. One action, one choice, one standard at a time. Over months and years, these compounds, quietly, relentlessly, until one day you realize you are no longer acting. You have become. This is the Stoic path, not chasing greatness, becoming worthy of it.